Josh Arnold, investment consultant, brings you Garage Logic podcast number 1586, July 28, 2025. 100 degrees on this day in 1955. And on the morning of this day in 1981, it was as chilly as 50 degrees. Call Josh at 952-925-5608 for a free 48-minute consultation.
Hail the flashlight king.
Hail you! And now, from the mayor's office above the boathouse on the east shore of Spoon Lake, it's Garage Logic with Chris Reavers manning Technology Corner, Kenny Olson from the Krabby Coffee Shop, John Heidt in the newsroom, and of course, the rookie. Here is your flashlight king, fireworks commissioner, and the keeper of common sense, your mayor, Joe Souchere.
Our president was in Scotland over the weekend. Maybe he still is. I don't know when he returns. But I got a note from Krista out in Western Maryland.
Maryland, yes.
And she was looking at the names of the names for Trump that Scottish protesters were holding up along his route at various times. And cockwombles on the list.
You got to be kidding me.
Yeah, cockwomble.
That was your invention.
Butt plug face.
Oh, that's right to the point there.
That's
Toupeed F-word trumpet. Toupeed
that's not that
lump
clever.
trumpet.
I don't get it. No.
Well, you don't have
Swing and a
to.
miss on that one.
Mangled apricot head beast.
That's not funny.
That's
That's accurate, but not funny, right?
Witless words I can't say.
Not like bad chap or something like that.
Cheeto face.
Heard that one.
Ferret wearing bleep gibbon. Ignorant bleep muppet. I can't, much of them I can't say, but
were some of those phrases just not familiar to us here in the States? Is that
there you go, Chris. That's
there any?
right.
'Cause the other one I didn't get it at all.
Well, it's Scotland.
Any Make Scotland Great Again hats or anything like that?
No.
No? Thought maybe they might.
Krista also wants to offer.
Sorry. Who's got their volume
That was
on?
me. That was me.
See, how do you apologize? Let's lay off, huh?
Kristen also wants to offer her belief why a government grocery store is a bad idea. Well, it's a
pick.
preposterous idea. It doesn't work. The idiots in the accounting department still believe that feeding our future serve millions of kids. How would they ever handle the nightly deposits, understand the concept of supply and demand, or manage to complete weekly payroll if they can't even count? In an unrelated topic, is there a way for someone like me living in Maryland to purchase the shirts you're selling at the fair? Of course there is, isn't there? Of course.
You can go online,
Reavers,
too.
is there a way?
Yes.
GarageLogic.com.
I absolutely must have the because on account of you want to know why shirt. Well, I will get you one, Krista, but there must be a way.
There's always a way, and once we announce the wares that we will have, and I believe we're meeting about that tomorrow, we will provide a link at the website, which is, of course, GarageLogic.com.
She also has a question about sending emails. She sends emails both through her Yahoo email app and the form on the show's website. Which method is the proper one? Wouldn't it just be the one on the show's website?
Yes.
All right. I'd like to start using just one, but want to make sure you actually get the message. If you don't mind, please let me know, Krista. Just use the one that's on the website, GL, whatever it is.
And that's the thing, because sometimes we'll get emails about whether it's sound or whatever, but I only have control over our website and our main source of audio output. I can't handle how people listen on other devices, whether it's Spotify and et cetera. So,
Do you guys recall that I mentioned the ease with which I entered the state capitol building last December to see the Lucifer display?
yes.
Yes, sure.
And I told you I just walked in. There wasn't, which was fine with me. I wish the world worked that way. I didn't think much of it, but I just walked in, never saw security, never saw, must have chosen an afternoon when there was really not much happening at the Capitol.
A lot of protests or anything?
Nothing, and nothing. I just wandered in and had my run of the place. So it's not surprising me that over the weekend we've had this ongoing story about a fellow who trespassed on the Capitol grounds 3 times in 24 hours. Finally, he was arrested by the state patrol. And the only thing I thought is this guy showed up for work more often than the DFLers.
Hey,
See,
hey.
I don't know what you're looking at, but is it ads or something?
Yeah.
He gained unauthorized access to the Capitol Senate chamber. Well, I didn't enter the chamber. Maybe that would have presented a problem, but it doesn't sound like it did because he just wandered in.
Well, normally if that's unoccupied, there's a gate or a latch.
5 Eyewitness News obtained a memo from the Sergeant at Arms of the Minnesota House, and they believe the man to be experiencing mental health issues. He's experiencing mental health issues, and he still showed up more than the DFL.
True.
Right? 3 times in 24 hours. He was there at 11:30 at night working.
He did the naked deal, too.
This guy should be a
The
legislator.
naked deal's never
Well,
good.
the naked thing is a bit of a
Right.
problem, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, now they've got that taken care of. I'm sure by the time, when you consider what's happened to the state this summer, the legislators are going to have increased security. I bet we'll get to the point where it'll be damn near impossible to get in the Capitol. That won't be as easy as it has been.
You think it'll be limited strictly to legislators and their staff?
Well, it's the people's house.
Well, there's not even a metal detector.
No, there's nothing.
You'd think they'd at least have that and a security
Right.
guard at the door.
Who did we have on recently that talked about that
It
very
was
thing?
Sheriff Bob Fletcher.
Thank you.
Yeah.
36-year-old Dominic Terrell Peace, P-E-A-C-E, was arrested without incident after he showed up the 3rd time. He's currently in Ramsey County Jail. I would say the fellow is probably suffering some sort of...
He's wanted in Wisconsin, too, on a warrant.
Really?
Yeah, so he was taken in to be evaluated mentally, and they turned him loose.
Well, that's what
Well, did they determine he was okay then?
I don't know.
Why was he set loose? Is it a
don't know
lack
what
of beds?
I don't know what it takes to put a hold on someone like that. But I did find it unusual that he was reporting there
So
far
he
more
was
frequently than the people who are supposed to.
he was Porky Pigging it.
Yeah, he didn't have
Nobody
any.
was home. Why not?
He didn't go with the clothes, or
Address me as Mr. Speaker, please.
Speaking of the city-owned grocery store.
I just don't see freshness.
Well, the St. Paul police. This is undoubtedly true. The closer you get to the country's tallest buildings anywhere in the country. St. Paul police have been called to the Rondo Library 262 times since the first of the year.
I saw that.
How many times are they going to be called to a city grocery store where there's really something to steal?
Quadruple that amount, yes, for sure.
262 times. The Rondo Library, I believe, is at University in Dale.
Beautiful library. Very
says a
relatively
lot.
new. They just built it a couple decades ago.
What?
What?
It's not that
They
old. It's
just
like a
built
stadium.
it, or it was a couple decades ago?
Yeah, they did. It was I got her there.
So on Sunday, the library was closed. I was unaware that it had been open on Sundays, but it was closed due to the growing concern for safety expressed by the library, which said it would be reducing its hours due to what it's called ongoing challenges and resulting negative behavior.
Wow, what a bunch of words speak.
That's woke speak.
Right. Thank you,
Jeez,
Kenny.
just tell us the truth. Ongoing
That's-
challenges.
That's the root of our quality of life problems in the Twin Cities, is behavior. It's nothing else. It's behavior. This 11-year-old that was shot in Falwell Park at the at the outset of the story, we all made the presumption that he was an innocent 11-year-old kid who went over to the park to kick a soccer ball around or whatever, and maybe was hit by stray gunfire. And it turns out he was in a car brandishing a gun. And then, because behavior's so bad, there happened to be another car in the park full of gangsters who also had guns. So they returned the fire, and the 11-year-old has died. And there were some women who live around Falwell Park who were really saying the correct things. That we're not watching these kids. We don't know what they're up to. This is our responsibility. That's very late to the problem, but you are absolutely correct, ma'am. And it's behavior that's our problem. Kids wandering around smashing car windows.
Yeah.
Police call to the library 262 times, and we have a political class that's in denial of that and tends to use euphemisms rather than acknowledge it.
Well, look at their speak. These are bad people going into the library, doing bad stuff.
Let's analyze that, Joe.
Okay.
Because in my mind, it's public policy that has led to these things. The kid getting shot, the library, the naked guy in the Capitol.
Public policy in what sense? Lax law? Lax punishment?
I don't know. Is it public policy that has led to this? Or is this just a general malaise that the country is going through? We no longer care.
I think
it?
I think it's a combination. I think there is an increase in just quality of life criminal behavior because you know you're not going to suffer any consequences for it. And so the last thing on some kid's mind when he wanders around breaking car windows is, I'm going to serve 5 years in jail, because he won't. We don't care. The political class has installed a group of people who think crime is the result of systematic oppression and discrimination, and it's part of the mystery. That's part of it. The other part of it is malignant idleness. The other part of it is the general malaise.
The other key word is discipline, and you just mentioned it, because that's the number one thing anybody that's ever been a parent realizes, that you can tell when kids have had good, structured discipline and those that haven't, that have been able to get away with whatever they want.
But show me one. Now, mothers around Falwell Park are coming to their senses. But name me one politician, name me just one, I don't care from which party, who has called this what it is. This is just feral youth behavior. They're not being paid attention to by their parents. They're getting away with whatever they want to get away with. There's no discipline. There's no moral and ethical integrity. They're just getting away with whatever they want to do. That's the fault of the family and the parents. Name me one politician who's brought it up. From the president on, well, maybe he has.
I was going to just say, President Trump has brought this
not
up.
counting him.
All right.
Name me one. Name me a senator. Name me a congressman. Name me anyone, a mayor, a city council member. Name me anyone. Now, I've used this story many times, and I'm going to offer it once more at the risk of being exhaustive. But, and I'll try to promise you that this is the last time I use it because I've used it so much. But I keep hearkening back to the day that one of these feral youth, who happened to be a girl, caused this disturbance in a phone store in St. Paul.
Lexington University, not far from.
Right. And she had been somewhat known for hanging out at a standard station that was across the street.
The
that's
BP.
BP that's now gone.
Yep.
So that's how we settled that problem of feral youth misbehaving at a gas station. We got rid of the gas station.
Yeah, see you later.
So the police are called. This young girl is in. I don't remember what she was doing. Could you look it up, Rook?
Yes.
St. Paul teenage girl creates disturbance in telephone store. I can't remember what disturbance she was causing, but it was enough for the telephone store to call the police. The police arrived. And instantly, the people who apparently are okay with this behavior instantly blamed the police. including the mayor. And I knew from that instant we were in trouble because he had the perfect chance to really do something important, and he completely blew it. He instantly wanted a police review of the behavior of the police. Subsequent to that demand, everyone who wanted to saw the video from inside the phone store. Could you help me here?
This is from Carol 11. 13.
What year was this? 2017?
No, 2019.
2019.
October of 2019. 13-year-old girl in arrest, caught on camera, now charged with assault. But originally, I'll give you what... it was in a UPS store. Here comes Mayor Carter.
Oh, I thought it was a telephone store.
In a press conference Thursday, Carter said the community is owed an investigation because the incident captured on video raised concerns for many St. Paul residents. Carter said he understands why the video makes people uncomfortable. I don't think there's any one of us.
Nothing in that video should have made anyone uncomfortable.
Well, he went on to say, I don't think there's any one of us who ever wants to see a video of a young girl in a physical interaction with the St. Paul police officer. He said, we don't know enough to be able to say much beyond that, except that it's disturbing and it's an image we don't want to see in our community.
And not once did Carter hold the girl responsible.
That is correct.
Not once.
The girl would not follow orders to put her hands behind her back on the floor of a UPS store.
And where Carter blew it, as I've said before, he should have appeared at the parents' house where the young girl lives and should have had a press conference saying, young lady, your behavior is unacceptable. The police acted just the way they were supposed to. You owe the police an apology. You owe the store an apology. This shall not pass in this city. You were wrong to behave that way. We don't get that anymore. We don't get that. He blew it, and I've resented it ever since because he had the greatest chance he could have ever been handed to really establish a real solid basis for his mayoral tenure. Mm-hmm. He really could have done some great, great work there. But his knee-jerk reaction was, this is terrible. Let's review the police audio and see how they behaved. BS, Mayor Carter. You had your chance. You blew it. I'll never expect it from you again because you'll never do it.
Well, and his reaction and the reactions of people in his position in both cities have led to, and you guys mentioned it, the BP closing. How many businesses have closed in the Twin Cities due to crime? Coffee shops, restaurants, downtown Minneapolis businesses.
Cub Foods at the same intersection of Hamlin and University.
That's the reaction. That's what happens. That's how they heal things. They drive the businesses out.
And you know what the reaction of the St. Paul City Council was? That's your fault, Cub, because you didn't do enough about shoplifting. Which is so disingenuous because the city council would be the first group of women to cry racism and discrimination if Cub Foods actually cracked down on the shoplifting.
Yep.
They would be the first ones to complain.
Yep.
The mayor would be the first ones to let's see the police documentation. There's no character in the people we elect. That's another huge problem. They have no character.
Well, piling on in that story that we just referenced, Nikema Levy-Armstrong said the arrest of the girl who was black was disgusting treatment by two male officers.
No, it wasn't.
Right.
We all saw the video. No, it was not.
Police were investigating a report of juveniles trying to enter vehicles when they encountered the girl. Officers were already looking for her after a report she was violating a trespassing order by going into a BP gas station that she'd been banned from.
Right. She had been banned from the gas station because she did nothing but cause disturbance there.
Correct.
You brought it up a couple of weeks ago, and I think it's happening more in St. Paul than Minneapolis. It's the Detroit effect. I mean, the plywood's going up. The businesses are shutting down.
Carter, you are presiding over a mess, and so is the least diverse city council in America. You are presiding over a mess of your creation. You had a chance to really put a dent in that with this case back in 2019, and you didn't. You acted politically, knee-jerk reaction to who you believe is your constituency, and you blew it.
And the girl's mother said in a news conference that her daughter struggles with mental illness. And
Let's
that
get the daughter some help then.
Should have known that when they approached her.
How would they know that?
She was already resisting. Nobody should be treated like that. It breaks my heart.
And the mayor and the council, instead of seeing what's happening and admitting that they made a mistake, they're doubling down and they're riding it into the ground. They're shutting St. Paul down is what they're doing.
And now the Rondo Library will increase the hours when it is unavailable to be opened. 262 police calls since the first of the year.
And why don't they realize that that's where the young kids in the Rondo neighborhood can go to read books about people that look like them?
You know what? We're 30 years past that, Matthew. That is not happening. I bet you could count on one hand the amount of kids that are taking advantage of that and doing that.
You know, you're hung up on marrying the librarian who was in there with her hair in a bun telling kids to be quiet. I don't think that's the way it works anymore.
It's not because they're letting these people come. I do know somebody that used to work in that neighborhood, and she saw this and said, you can't go to the Wendy's, you can't go to the library because of the clientele that's on those
let's talk about that. The ongoing challenges and the resulting negative behavior. They won't elaborate on that. We can. It's the homeless, the drug abusers, the freaks, the criminals that are going in there and using the computers for porn. They're shooting up. They're having sex. They're leaving needles behind. It's every awful thing you can imagine, which is going on in the library and everywhere else in that neighborhood.
And it's the malignantly idle. It's feral youth. It's youth who apparently do not owe their whereabouts or their behavior to their parents. It's a complete embarrassment across the board.
Oddly enough, Kenny, are you sure you weren't referring to some of the parties that you went to in the
Do you
early
think
80s?
Do you think it's fair to blame, like I see so often in social media, that it's fair just to solely blame the left? That's always the thing that conservatives do on social media when there's any kind of crime.
It's fair to the extent that we're governed only by the left.
Boy, that's a politician's answer. Joe,
Well,
John.
I don't know what else to tell you. We are governed only by the left. And where the left is governed only, you're getting the Detroit factor.
Do we know if there was any follow to this? Because I've been trying to find any follow. They were going to have a review of the officers, et cetera.
Yes, there was. I remember it, John, and they were cleared.
Okay, and the mayor, we didn't mention this, but he was trying to play both sides of the aisle when all this happened.
Yeah.
Because he said, don't make any judgments about the teenage girl, and then he added, or the officers involved, until we know what happened.
No, those cops were
they were clear.
Patted on the back. They didn't do anything wrong. They used a remarkable patience and restraint.
Does he
we
even
played
live
the
in
video on the
Minnesota?
show 5 times.
Yep.
Where's the mayor live? Does he live in Maui?
I don't
where is
know.
he?
I don't know
Well,
where
you
he
can't
is.
find him at the courthouse, you know that.
Has anybody seen him?
The guy who broke into the Capitol has been in the Capitol more than Melvin's been in the mayor's office.
You're probably not wrong.
Summer's speeding by, and I've told you that you might want to consider if you have garage door problems. Well, if you just have routine problems, call Precision Door MN. They serve western Wisconsin, the entire metro. They'll take care of your day-to-day garage door failures. But if you need a new door, I would think it would be wise to get it done in the summer while the weather's comfortable and you're not freezing to death and you're not exposing your house to the cold weather. And Precision Door has new models of doors that meet every budget. They send out a designer. That consultation doesn't cost you a thing. And right now, GLers, you can get $100 off a single garage door and $200 off a double door. A new door improves the aesthetics, improves security, improves insulation. And really, summer would be the time to get that done. Be nice and comfortable and get it taken care of, and you're set for winter. You can book online at precisiondoormn.com. That's one word, precisiondoormn.com, or call Precision Door at 612-263-6985. 6985.
612-263-6985.
Reavers here once again for my guy, Mr. Money Talk, Josh Arnold. Does thinking about retirement make you uncomfortable? Well, sometimes the anxiety from wondering if you've saved enough can be overwhelming. But what if I told you that you could ease those tensions in just 48 minutes? Well, Mr. Money Talk is going to be able to sit down with you and get you on the right track for your financial future. Josh has navigated it all when it comes to uncertain market and economic conditions, and he'll always provide straight talk, never sugar-coated advice on how to reach the finish line with your retirement goals. Don't let your financial worries give you an ulcer or keep you from calling Josh right now. His 48-minute, no-obligation consultation could be just what you need to feel better about your future. Call Josh today at 952-925-5608 and set up your free 48-minute, no-obligation consultation. That's 952-925-5608.
Investment services offered by Josh Arnold Investment Consultant, LLC, a security investment advisor. Past performance is no guarantee of future results. All investments involve risk. All comments and opinions are Josh Arnold's and do not constitute investment advice.
Chris Reavers is a paid endorser.
This guy wears many hats, just not indoors. Joe Souchere.
I'm not going this year. Are you going? Have you been there before? I've never been there. I don't plan on going there. Sturgis 2025, day one, this Friday. And I'm going to be honest, I don't care if you're on 2 wheels or 12 or 24. I'm not going to judge you on how you get there, if you trailer it or you ride it. I'm going to judge you on 3 other things. The 3 items every GLer should have on the way to South Dakota or anywhere else for that matter. The big 3, a spray bottle or 2 of Bugs Be Gone. Always have it with you wherever you go during the summer months. The Seafoam engine treatment to keep those cylinders purring happy, and the amazing Deep Creep penetrating oil that works better than any other product on the market. The Bugs Be Gone, well, that makes the one-time hassle of trying to scrub those baked-on bugs off. It's made it super easy. Just spray it on, let it sit there a few moments, and then get out the squeegee and do the windshield like you would if there weren't any bugs. The motor treatment, you know all about that. That's been providing, improving itself for decades, and will keep that. What is it you're riding? American, Japanese, British, whatever it is, it'll make that 2-wheeler happy. And of course, the Deep Creep penetrating oil is all you'll ever need for lubing, restoring, and displacing moisture. We call it the GL Emergency Roadside Kit, along with a roll of duct tape, some jumper cables. You should always have the Deep Creep, the Bugs Be Gone, and the engine treatment additive at the ready. Our own local company with a global reach. We're talking Seafoam.
Rook, you just to conclude this story about the 13-year-old girl for whom Carter did not take any action. Read me her record, please.
The teen previously was arrested on suspicion of assault, disorderly conduct, theft from person, auto theft, fleeing from police on foot, and obstructing the legal process.
All right. That's our problem in the Twin Cities. It's behavior. Bill Stein up in Aiken has some names for the city-owned grocery store.
Okay.
Red Howl. Get it? Howl.
Got it.
Sub Foods. Super Nun. But the best one is Omar's Fidelicatessen.
Omar's
Fidelicatessen. And I have a funny note here, and I think Kenny will enjoy this, something he might have already experienced in his life. This is a justice from Pupasky, Minnesota. I don't know where Pupasky is.
I can look it up.
You don't have to. It's not important. He said, "All hail the flashlight king."
Hail you.
Boy, there was just no enthusiasm in that ever.
I tried. Come on.
Yeah. First, I survived the great Bemidji land hurricane of 2025. Thanks for asking. Must be up by Bemidji.
Pulaski Township, Joe.
Pupasky. Pupasky.
It's just south of Lower Red.
Thank you.
Beltrami County.
Thank you.
Up there by St. Cloud.
Yeah.
Second, I occasionally head to the cities begrudgingly, usually to take care of my sister's place when she's out of town. Mostly to cut her grass because apparently the idiots have a conniption if the grass is taller than 6 inches. Recently, I headed to the local Consumers United for some provisions. but didn't feel like changing clothes, so I was wearing my overalls, complete with a red and white hanky in my back pocket.
Come on.
I've done this before in regular clothes and have never been bothered by other shoppers. However, when in overalls, I'm suddenly an expert on produce and meat. Folks approach me for advice. I'll purposely head to the store and spend some time wandering around the produce section. I will pick up, handle, sniff, and examine every watermelon or cantaloupe, and invariably someone will ask, how do I pick the perfect item? I don't know. I run a sawmill. I'll do this for a while until I get bored and then head to the Legion or VF for some good conversation. Idiots. Your correspondent from Pupatki, Minnesota. Justice. I got to try that. Now, that's cheap entertainment.
Yeah, you're like, well, here you got your
You got to have suspenders with the overalls.
Yes.
Put the hanky in the back pocket and stand around the produce aisle and answer questions.
And at some point, you got to take that hanky out and kind of dab.
Mop your brow.
Yes, mop your brow.
That's wonderful. Now, that is funny.
My favorite is with my people that take the overalls and cut them off and turn them into overall shorts.
Oh God!
God, I love that so much. Oh, I've got so much respect for those guys. I mean, just the boldness and the not giving one rat's ass about what anybody thinks or says. I really respect that.
And then they'll embroider it, Ken, right on the chest that says, stop staring. As in, like, you can't handle this.
They look especially good when you wear boots with them.
Yeah.
We have a climate activist alert from Seattle, Washington.
Do we have a sounder for that?
No.
Oh, how about this one?
Close enough.
Climate activists are calling for an end to the U.S. Navy's Blue Angels Air Show in Seattle, Washington.
Oh, wow.
Arguing the show is too loud and leads to pollution.
Get off of my lawn.
Yeah. The Air Show Climate Action Coalition, God help us, which consists of climate activists from local climate groups, placed a billboard up that shows people covering their ears with their hands along with the words, "Say no to Blue Angels, too loud, war trauma, and pollution." The coalition's billboard comes in protest of Seattle's Seafair Festival, which the Blue Angels have been performing in since 1972.
Brought to us by Boeing.
Yeah.
It's sponsored by Boeing.
Really?
Yeah.
According to the U.S. Navy Blue Angels website, the Blue Angels, which have represented the U.S. Navy and the Marine Corps since 1946, consists of 140 world-class active-duty sailors and Marines. Since 1946, it has been our honor to represent the United States Navy and Marine Corps to audiences both at home and abroad as we showcase the excitement, precision, and power of naval aviation, a message from the Blue Angels commanding officer on the website says. Aidan McCall, the main designer of the billboard, used to live on Mercer Island, where the Blue Angels fly, before leaving due to fallout effects from the air show, according to the Seattle Times.
Fallout effects? What's that mean?
He might have smelled an engine. The sheer amount of carbon emissions the Blue Angels create, 670 tons in one weekend. Could I have the "we don't know that," please?
Yes, you can.
That's
we
just
don't know
today's
that.
environmental statistic. The fallout is immense and wasteful on top of being a big display of U.S. militarism, McCall told the Seattle Times.
Mercer Island is on Lake Washington. I-94 rolls right over it,
Yep.
and it's on the east is the 405, and on the west is the 5. He is surrounded by freeways and boats and airplanes, and he is living in the wrong part of the world, or he was anyway.
Another person who works as a community organizer, that's not really working.
No.
Started a petition that calls for an end to the Blue Angels air show. Mary Patterson, a volunteer with 350 Seattle and a member of the coalition behind the billboard, clarified that they don't oppose seafare, but they oppose the continued Boeing-sponsored air show with the Blue Angels. Sure, father probably works there.
Do you think she's seen it? How can you see the Blue Angels and then be against it?
Oh,
I mean, it's pretty amazing.
what a wonderful afternoon that would be.
Oh, my goodness. Even if I hated it, if I witnessed it, I'd be like, well, okay, I was wrong.
Peterson,
That's pretty cool.
Patterson added that the noise from the Blue Angels air show causes hearing damage, especially for children.
Wow.
The coalition's billboard comes as a Seattle resident, Lauren Lombardi, filed a lawsuit against several Blue Angels officials, claiming that her sick cat was traumatized by the noise from the air show, according to KOMO News.
Nope.
Lombardi also claimed that the Blue Angels reportedly silenced her on social media by blocking her. I would too, lady. From interacting with the Blue Angels Instagram page. You know, on the one hand, we're talking about poor behavior, ruining the cities. On the other hand, too many people have had it too good. We probably are the most spoiled nation in the world. That this ridiculous woman files a lawsuit on behalf of her cat because she's claiming the cat was disturbed by the noise of the Blue Angels. Well, why didn't you do something about your cat then, lady? Why don't you take your cat
And get.
if there's a Blue Angel show coming up, Lombardi, what's your first name? Lauren. Put your cat in your Prius and head for the border.
Let's go.
Get out of there. You moron.
It's Genesee Park in Lake Washington, so Mercer is in Lake Washington.
Doesn't the Gaitzer live on Lake Washington?
I would not.
Well, one of
I
his...
thought he lived on the east shore looking west. I have seen his humble abode.
It's on Lake Washington.
I believe you're correct.
And
yeah.
it was designed so that the Navy SEALs cannot penetrate it.
And I think I saw it from 522, which is on the northern tip, but it's been a long time since I've been there.
66,000 square foot mansion is on Lake Washington in Medina, Washington.
And this moron bitches about the climate, too. He's got a 66,000 square foot house. That's just one of his houses.
Yeah, but the problem is, in 2009, property taxes were reported to be $1.063 million.
I don't think that's a problem for him.
Okay, got it.
Isn't that something?
Who needs 6 kitchens?
Really?
6 kitchens, 24 bathrooms,
No.
10 of which contain bathtubs.
I was
Maybe
wrong.
he does a lot of entertainment. He only has the one kid.
Medina is mid Lake Washington, not the northern tip.
He lives in Medina.
Medina, Washington.
It's probably very Tony.
Yeah. And
Right.
so I saw his place from the 520. That's where I saw
Right
it.
by
All right.
Hunts Point.
No, it's right by the ballroom, the Medina ballroom.
Oh.
I bet it's neat, huh? I would love to live on Lake Washington. Not there, though, because they're as bad politically as we are.
Have you been to Seattle and the Sound and done all that? It's really an amazing part of the country.
Only been to Seattle to cover a Vikings game.
Oh, it's worth a week of just driving around out there. It's so cool.
I was just there in 2022 over the 4th. Ken's right. There's many places that are cool, but downtown is an absolute S-hole.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
As our
It is.
downtown's
It's
controlled
very,
by the
very
left.
similar. Yeah, it's very, very
But
similar.
the best seafood restaurant in the entire planet,
Ew.
Ivers,
No question.
is downtown.
What's it
St.
called?
Paul. Ivers, IVARS.
Oh, I bet it's. I can just see it. Oh God, I love a good seafood restaurant.
You like that grilled salmon?
Yeah.
Boy, if I was on a coast, the world would be your oyster, so to speak. You could have everything would be good.
Probably get a burger there too. I bet.
I don't care about that. I like the fish.
Salmon patty.
Fish.
Yeah.
Grouper sandwich. How about
Sea
crab
bass.
cakes? Might be good.
Let me kill the grouper.
Anyway, I've not been to Seattle very often. It was just I think covered the Twins there maybe and covered. They had the worst ballpark.
I knew you were going to bring up the
It made the
Kingdome.
Metrodome look like a lovely place. Their roof wasn't even fabric. It was just a concrete fallout shelter. It was the worst dump I've ever been in. And the Metrodome was the second worst dump.
Well, where do you rate
I've
the
ever been in.
Astrodome?
Never been to the Astrodome.
Oh, okay.
I've never been to Houston.
You get on a ferry and take it across the Puget Sound. You really feel. I've never felt like a bigger rube in my life because everything is just amazing. It's too much for the eyeballs. The scenery, it's so cool.
Ken, when we pulled in with the Traverse, she and the kids got out. I sat in there because I was so nervous. And
on the ferry?
Yeah, and the little guy goes, "Is Dad getting out of the truck, or is he just going to sit in there the whole
What would
time?"
you be nervous about?
I don't know. It's the anxiety got the best of me.
You know what? That ferry's been running a while. They got it figured out.
I was just worried she might go in the drink. I don't know.
Do you know who here has been to Sanibel Island?
Me.
Right off Fort Myers.
I love it.
Do you know that as recently as 1963, which to me seems fairly recent in the cosmic scheme of things, there was no bridge. That was ferry only.
I did not know that.
And then they built that nice
Causeway?
big bridge.
I believe that was covered when you and Pat did play-by-play.
I bet we did.
That might have been too far down. I don't know.
Because Pat had some freeway notes. He
bridge, Joe.
35 here. They used to be 41. Took you forever. Now they got 35.
Do you guys think that you could do a Monday night sports talk like tonight in that same laid back, quiet tone where you're not yelling and barking at each other and
No, I think those days are long,
I think
long
we
gone.
can. Although something you really want to tune in for will come up on Monday Night Sports Talk, and I'm going to preview it right now.
Oh, good.
Pat texted me yesterday, and he said, I came across one of the old man scams.
Oh, he texted me this too.
That I was unaware of because it was before my time.
It can't be a scam. I think it was real.
I'm feeling very left out right now.
Well, the old man.
Don't give it away. It's really good. I don't think it's a scam. I think it really happened, and his old man was so shell shocked that he never brought it up.
Magnetic signs?
No,
attached to a
here's
car?
why I think it was a scam, Kenny. He knew it would cost him a suit of clothes, but he said, bleep it. I got my gun in my shoes.
But how did he make it happen? Joe, I've been thinking, and I haven't responded to him yet. I've been thinking about this all weekend. How do you make that happen? How do you make that, what happened, happen without it?
Richard Royce was a maestro.
I know he was.
Yeah.
I know.
He could have figured out how to make it happen. But I'll read it to you on Monday Night Sports Talk.
Joe, you need a tractor to do it.
Well,
why wasn't that ever transferred over to Patrick, though? He never...
You'd need a
never
front
had
end loader to make this happen.
He never had any inhibition.
Or he'd need a crew of guys to make it happen. At least
he had,
5 stout guys.
He had Flat and all those guys, Flat Rammer and a bunch of guys.
Well, that means you got to divvy it up.
Right, he would have.
Who was the guy that cleaned the garage?
You got to listen to MNST today.
I think we'll cover this.
Okay.
That might be the only topic we'll cover. The Twins aren't worth talking about. No. Have they packed it in?
I'm going to go see him tomorrow night. I got some buddies that are taking me.
How hurt is Buxton?
I don't know.
Torn rib cartilage or strained?
Strained.
What happened to his left-hand contusion?
Are we doing the show here?
What happened to you guys knowing what time it is?
Are we in a commercial?
Okay.
I'm going to break. North
Take a
American
break
Banking
and let's come
Company.
back with John.
They're the proud sponsor of the Garage Logic YouTube channel on Mondays. And you know what? They are here for you. They are not prehistoric. They are not a scam, unlike the Royce clan. No. North American Banking Company does one simple thing, and that's this. It's banking done differently. And you get that feeling anytime anytime that you walk into any one of their 6 Twin Cities locations, whether it's Woodbury, Shoreview, 50th and France, Hastings, or Shoreview. They offer all of the services as the other big national banks, and it doesn't matter what you're looking for. Maybe you're looking to buy a home, maybe finance a new home renovation project, or get that car that you've always been dreaming about. My friends at North American Banking Company are going to be able to help you out. And the other key thing is they offer the same online and mobile banking options as the other big national banks, but the key difference is you're going to get the unparalleled service of a community bank, and they are also locally owned and operated. And here's why that's important. That means loan decisions are made right here in the Twin Cities. They are not sent out of state. So this helps you business owners solve problems quickly and expand your business with confidence. So check them out online today. It's nabankco.com to learn more. Once again, it's banking done differently. North American Banking Company, member FDIC, is an equal housing lender.
It's time to play Love in a Hardware Store.
No. I meant to do this. I'm sorry.
Here's a man who spends hours in hardware stores, sifting through the nuts and bolts of life. Joe Souchere.
That makes more sense. And the hardware store, I bet, is where our GLer who made the T-Weeder got some of his tools. TWeederTool.com. That's the website. That's where you're going to find this amazing tool. We call it the T-Weeder. And you go to that website, and you'll see the tool. You can watch the video, see all the reviews. It's super easy to use. What does it do? Well, it pulls out weeds, lake weeds, that have shallow roots. You throw this thing out, let her sink, tug it in. It comes with about 20 feet of rope. Tug her in, and all those creepy lake weeds that always circle your feet and freak you out, they'll be on the T-Weeder. After 30 minutes, you'll have that area cleaned. It really works well. Describing it to you, if you haven't seen it, think of an aluminum rake with offset aluminum teeth, long handle, and a stretch of rope. And that's how it works. And GLers, both in my emails and on the website, continue to testify to its excellence. You can pull a whole lot of weeds in very little time. The website, TWeederTool.com. Get rid of those weeds. Log on right now, TWeederTool.com.
Here's John Heidt.
Thank you, Joe. This news brought to you by North American Banking Company. That T-Weeder tool video is fascinating, isn't it?
Yeah.
I can't, every time that it comes on, I have to watch it.
I agree.
Yep. I already gave you the sponsor, didn't I? I got a little update on a story we talked about earlier. The fella who was in the Capitol.
Yes.
For 3 different times. Well, Alpha News reporting that Dominic Peace has at least 5 active Minnesota cases in Ramsey County on charges including felony auto theft, 4th-degree burglary, theft, false information to police, obstructing the legal process, and trespassing.
And he's apparently was never held accountable for any of it, and that's why we have behavior problems.
Court records do not indicate Peace was wanted on warrants in any of the active cases. He had recently made some court appearances in some of the cases. A mental health competency evaluation was ordered for Peace in the felony auto theft case, yet he was released from custody on his own recognizance in June by Ramsey County Judge Timothy Carey. A statement from the State Patrol, who's in charge of Capitol security, explained that they continue to investigate how Peace came to be in the Capitol after public hours Friday night. They said the State Patrol will be conducting a comprehensive review to figure out how this all happened, make any necessary updates to Capitol security protocols. Last night's storms had Xcel Energy scrambling to restore power to customers as quickly as possible this morning. As of this morning, Xcel was working to restore power to about 34,000 customers. That was down from 74,000 last night, with the majority of those impacted in the Twin Cities area.
John, there wasn't any storm.
I think you're mistaken, according to the mayor of Garage Logic.
There was a routine summer thunderstorm. There was no power loss. There was no wind. It was a handsome rain, lovely rain, and a typical summer thunderstorm. So I don't know what you're talking about.
74,000. Boy, that power grid must be really weak if your regular storms get rid of it.
That's a big number, 74,000.
Oh, it's a nice summer thunderstorm. We get them once in a while.
We got more tonight coming. Did you see that?
I don't believe anything till it happens. I've given up on the whole prediction thing.
Okay, gotcha. In other news, the man charged with killing 2 people and injuring a dozen others after drunkenly driving into a crowded restaurant patio will be sentenced later on this afternoon. 57-year-old Stephen Bailey faces up to 30 years behind bars after pleading guilty to the crash into the Park Tavern last September in St. Louis Park. Since the beginning, Hennepin County Attorney Mary Moriarty has called the case an entirely avoidable tragedy and said, while her office isn't always able to pursue third-degree murder charges when people cause a death with their vehicle, she said this case was a poster child for those charges. Investigators found Bailey's blood alcohol level that September night was more than 4 times the legal limit. Bailey is set to be sentenced early this afternoon. If we get that sentence while we're still recording the podcast, we will pass it along to you.
Maybe it's just me, but these sentences seem light for killing people with a car.
Yeah.
Derek Thompson, I thought would get life in prison. This guy facing 30 years. Come on, let's get a little tougher.
Isn't that somewhat to what you were talking about before? The bad behavior isn't being addressed the way it should be.
I mean
obviously,
these guys should go away forever.
Yeah. Star Tribune reporting a pilot on a Delta flight over the weekend from the Twin Cities to the Bay Area in California was arrested on the aircraft upon landing on allegations of possessing child pornography. Ooh. His arrest occurred shortly after the Boeing 757 arrived at about 9:35 Pacific time at the San Francisco International Airport on Saturday. A senior official with the Department of Homeland Security released a statement saying HSI arrested the pilot on child sexual abuse material charges. The Federal Transportation Security Administration declined to release any more info and referred inquiries to the U.S. Attorney's Office. A passenger on Flight 2809 told the San Francisco Chronicle in an email that a group of people with badges, guns, and different agency vests and markings were pushing their way up through the aisle to the cockpit. No agencies have released the pilot's identity. Fees charged to aspiring drivers who schedule a road test but don't show up will double starting Friday, and a new fee will be charged to those who cancel too late. Driver and Vehicle Services will charge no-shows and those who cancel tests less than 24 hours in advance $40.
Good luck with that.
That is up from $20. Test takers who cancel appointments between 24 and 72 hours ahead of time will be charged $20. Jody K. Peterson said there are still too many no-shows. Almost 20% of drivers who booked a behind-the-wheel test so far this year have missed the appointments without giving any notice. From January to mid-July, more than 24,250 exam slots went unused. In all of last year, there were more than 48,400 missed appointments. DVS has imposed the $20 fee for no-shows since 2021. Legislature gave the agency permission to enact the charge to cut down on the number of unused appointments.
Hey, speaking of that, I evidently forgot to pay a ticket and got a warning over the weekend, and I sent off $800 to the Minnesota Department of Motor Vehicles.
That's funny. So did I, Kenny.
Charge you. You better pay up.
Well, I did. I sent him a check right away.
Is that the text you got?
Yeah.
I got one of those too.
I sent him a check right away because I don't want to be in trouble.
Pay up.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
the government.
I did right away.
I got another one this morning. Same one.
35% interest rate or service charge.
Wow. Did you guys see the tweet that made the rounds over the weekend of a guy that paid his car tabs $899 for a pickup truck in the state of Minnesota? There's no way.
No, it's a brand new pickup. It's always based on the value of the machine. My pickup started at that, and now it's down to like $40.
Wait a minute. So that's legit? $900 for car tabs?
It's probably an $85,000 pickup truck.
Yeah.
Holy balls.
Hey, people listening, if you get those texts, delete them.
Yeah, you elderly folks especially. Just delete it. They're meant for you.
Send me the 800 and I'll try to work it out for the people.
Just ignore it, okay?
And authorities in Wisconsin are investigating how a boat seemingly exploded at the Miss Croy Yacht Harbor near Prescott, Wisconsin, Saturday. Eric Michaels, Prescott's chief of police, says the vessel had stopped at the fuel dock at the time of the explosion. Wisconsin DNR says the boat's operator tried to start the engine twice, and on the third attempt, the engine exploded. 11 people either jumped or were ejected from the boat, with 8 of them being brought to the hospital, according to the DNR. Attempts to put out the fire were underway. The boat drifted slid into a second boat. That caused some fire damage to that boat. A nearby marina owner then, Colton Anderson, used his boat to push the fiery boat away from the docks and prevent more damage.
That boat is gone.
Right.
Yeah. This is an ongoing problem with my pontoon. The what do we call it?
The cirrhosis of the river.
Yeah, where actually a fire actually follows me around on the lake. It leaks so much.
The water's burning.
Yeah.
Well, is that how you get rid of the tree stumps in the lake?
and you have to actually, you got to keep the throttle wide open, otherwise the fire catches up with you. Bad things.
Why don't we take a quick break here and hear from Mr. Reavers?
Thank you, Johnny. Great email from Brian, I guess. Thank you. Hey, Reavers, I normally never listen to anything you say on the Garage Logic podcast.
Wow.
However, I have to give you credit for your recommendation of cinnamon toffee peanuts with vanilla ice cream. I'm telling you guys right now, it's a great snack. It really is. Well,
I
we are
believe
nuts.
you.
We Are Nuts, by the way, on their own is a great snack, but you mix the cinnamon toffee peanuts with vanilla ice cream. I can't remember, Brian didn't include where he bought the, I don't know if he bought them online or at Fratelloni's, but either way, he took my recommendation and he was very happy. And right now, you have the very, very special $10 off, the famous Best of Toffee Nuts Nut House 4-pack special right now, but it only goes to the end of the month. So what, Thursday is the last day of the month of July. Use the discount code GLNuthouse at their website, which is wearenutsmn.com. You apply that discount code and you're going to get $10 off the famous Best of Toffee Nuts Nut House 4-pack going on right now through the end of the month of July. But if you don't go online, go to Fratelloni's Hardware and Garden Stores, Lunds and Byerly's, and also Max Hardware is also carrying the We Are Nuts line. It's a great snack for anybody in your life, and it doesn't matter whether you're looking for the maple bourbon, toffee almonds, the original toffee peanuts, like I mentioned, the cinnamon toasted toffee peanuts, or the hot nuts toffee peanuts. It's all there and available for you. But check them out online today. It's wearenutsmn.com, and let the fine folks there know that you heard about them here on the Garage Logic Podcast.
That's just
You cannot stop him. He'll just make a move.
But first,
Joe Souchere.
here's Patrick Royce with an XL Energy endorsement. Go ahead, Pat.
Yes, if your power is out, it's not your fault.
In other news today, some breaking news out of Nevada. A gunman opened fire outside a casino and resort in Reno, shooting multiple people this morning. The conditions of the victims not immediately known, according to Reno police spokesperson Chris Johnson. The gunman taken into custody, being treated at a hospital. The shooting reported around 7:30 this morning outside the casino in the Valet area. Spokesperson with the Washoe County Sheriff's Department said an officer was involved in the shooting. Reno police warned residents to stay out of the area while everything was going on. Multiple emergency vehicles, including several ambulances, responded outside the casino. A dramatic video shows a Walmart shopper armed with a gun confronting a knife-wielding attacker moments after he allegedly stabbed 11 people inside the Michigan store Saturday night. In the cell phone footage shared on X, the man, identified by family members as Derek Perry, is seen yelling at the suspected attacker to drop the weapon in the parking lot of the superstore in Traverse City, about 255 miles northwest of Detroit. In the video, Perry shouts at the attacker while brandishing a small handgun. Several other men standing alongside him, one pushing a Walmart shopping cart, helped to force back the attacker, who eventually went to the ground, was handcuffed there by the sheriff. The suspect, identified as 42-year-old Bradford James Gilley. He faces charges of terrorism and 11 counts of assault with intent to murder following the stabbing spree in Traverse City.
Traverse City.
Traverse.
I only say
Traverse.
that because it's just a great boat area that I know about.
Yeah.
President Trump said this morning he is giving Russian President Vladimir Putin 10 to 12 days to stop the killing in Ukraine, shortening a 50-day deadline he had given the Russian leader 2 weeks ago. Russia fired an overnight barrage of more than 300 drones, 4 cruise missiles, and 3 ballistic missiles, according to the Ukrainian Air Force. Trump had said on July 14th he would implement severe tariffs on Russia unless a peace deal is reached by early September. This morning, he said he now wants to give Putin 10 to 12 days, meaning he wants peace efforts to make progress by August 7th through the 9th. The plan includes possible sanctions and secondary tariffs targeting Russia's trading partners. The formal announcement, he said, would come later today or tomorrow. He said there's no reason to wait. We just don't see any progress being made. Putin has got to make a deal, he said. Too many people are dying. There was no immediate response from Russia.
What's our current status on the Epstein situation? I continue to believe we'll never know anything.
He did say this morning, again talking to reporters, that his name may have been planted in the Jeffrey Epstein files by former Attorney General Merrick Garland or former FBI Director James Comey.
I see.
He said, quote, "Well, I haven't been overly interested in all of it. It's a hoax that's been built up by those way beyond proportion. Those files were run by the worst scum on earth."
I see.
That's the latest. And apparently, Ghislaine Maxwell turned over 100 names, they're saying, who might be involved, but that's all rumor and innuendo.
We'll never know a thing, ever.
Yeah.
Why is it, though, that they only show the same picture of President Trump with Epstein and not other former politicians?
I've seen a number of different photos of Trump with Epstein. But you're right, I don't see Epstein pictured with the head of Australia.
It's confusing. Confusing to me.
United States and European Union announcing a trade deal yesterday. The framework sees the U.S. applying a 15% tariff on most EU goods, including cars and pharmaceuticals, and a mutual reduction to 0% tariffs on others, including aircraft and semiconductor equipment. Steel and aluminum will remain tariffed at 50%. Tariffs on some goods, including wine, are still under negotiation. The announcement ends months of uncertainty for two of the world's largest economies, responsible for nearly 1/3 of global trade. The deal prevents a baseline 30% tariff on EU goods, a change that the president said would go into effect this Friday, barring a deal. In addition to the 27-member EU bloc, Trump has reached revised deals with the UK, Japan, Indonesia, and Vietnam. I did see a report over the weekend. We have no info on how this works out, but apparently they're worried Scottish whiskey, the tariffs, apparently may still be very high. So,
well, what else do they export?
Drinkers are worried about that. So
No, you just
Like
go
the
to
Lafroig?
Yeah.
Ooh.
No, you just go to harmonyspirits.net and find a location. It's where you can buy the best handcrafted spirits right here in Minnesota.
There you go.
Lafroig tastes like hockey tape.
That smells pretty woody.
Yeah.
Or you can go to harmonyspirits.net and support a sponsor of the show.
Sure, well, that's
where
right.
You two asshats talking about a competitor.
Yeah. Let me tell you.
Well, you know what? I don't think Harmony's terribly worried about competing with a specific distillery in Scotland.
Or go to the Harmony Spirits Facebook page.
There are times when we really wish you would just stop talking. And that was just one of them right there. That was an example.
To all of our
Noted.
To all of our Greek friends, let me apologize in advance because I'm going to butcher a bunch of pronunciations in this story. Greece continuing to battle wildfires that have destroyed homes and sparked evacuations for a second day. Fires raging in the Peloponnese area west of the capital, as well as on the islands of Evia and Kythera, with aircraft and helicopters resuming their work in several parts of the country. Forecasters predicting the strong winds that have fanned the flames would die down later today, but warned that Kythera, a popular tourist island, continued to face what they're calling worrying windy conditions. On Sunday morning, evacuation messages were sent to people on the island, which lies off the southeastern tip of the Peloponnese, with half the island being burnt, according to the deputy mayor of the area, Georgios Komninos. According to officials, 11 regions of Greece still face a very high fire risk. Numerous flare-ups overnight on the island of Evia near Athens, where the flames have laid waste to swaths of forest and killed thousands of farm animals. I read this story for you, Joe, because I know you hate this kind of thing. Not that I want to get you in a bad mood or anything, but The Oakview Group, which owns the Alaris Center, which is in Grand Forks, North Dakota, has announced in an effort to improve speed of service and elevate the overall guest experience, they will now be cashless for everything.
What, is that a hotel?
No, that's where they have football games, concerts.
Well, I'm not
etc.
going there then.
Starting with the University of North Dakota football home opener on Saturday, September 6th, purchases made inside the Alaris Center will be cash-free. Parking, along with a majority of concession stands, will now only accept debit, credit, prepaid cards, and gift cards. The shift, designed to streamline transactions at concession stands and other point-of-sale locations in the arena, reduce wait times, and improve operational efficiency. To ensure accessibility for all guests, they will have cash exchange locations. So if all you have is cash, Joe, you can walk up and you can stick your cash in there, and it'll spit out a gift card for you.
Look at that for about, what, $5?
Yeah, probably. Doesn't
They charge
say.
at the airport.
During the transition period, select concession lines and arena floor vendors will continue to accept cash. Those locations will be clearly marked with signage, and Alaris staff will be on hand to help out with any questions. Mr. Reavers in the back, I see you have a question.
I'm confused because the 4 major arenas here in town have been doing this for years.
I know that the Target Center has been, yes.
And the State Fair.
And the,
you went to
Twins,
you went to a
Twins.
Vikings game with family,
I did.
and you weren't able to spend any cash.
I didn't anyway. Somebody else bought the stuff.
You can't get a turkey sandwich at the State Fair if you only have cash.
Really?
I used to think that you, Joe, were just a goofy old fuddy-duddy with
Right.
your cash-only policy. I have since come to your side, and I am vehemently opposing all of this nonsense for the simple fact that this is how the government wants us to be. They want us to be 100% reliable on cards so they can freeze our bank accounts anytime. What they are doing is gradually and slowly working cash out of the system.
Yes, they are. And
They got rid of the $500 bill. It won't be long, and they'll get rid of the $100 bill, and then they're not going to, businesses won't accept old money. It'll be new money only, and eventually all cash money will be gone, and we will be the government's bitches.
a sad day.
Yep.
Sad day.
We need to resist this as much as possible.
I like me some cash.
Very uplifting Monday words.
That was...
I've been waiting to say that to you, Joe, for about a month, and it finally came up. I was wrong. You are absolutely 100% right.
Well,
Thank you.
I would
Thank you
isolate
very
that
much.
audio if I
I'm
were
going to
you,
need
Joe.
all that.
I would
You're
isolate
welcome.
that for sure.
And a high-flying monster truck stunt turned shocking when the vehicle's wheel suddenly broke loose and went sailing into the parking lot.
Oh.
It was all caught on camera. It was a monster truck event in Washington State. The tire flew off of a performing vehicle and into the parking lot. It happened at an arena in Bremerton as spectators were enjoying some motoring mayhem. As the truck came down after an impressive aerial stunt, a huge wheel broke loose, hurtled over the venue's wall into the parking lot. Thankfully, the wheel didn't injure anyone.
Which I'm stunned if you see the video how it didn't strike anybody.
But did you see the car it hit?
Yeah,
See, that's the way I want to die.
Yeah, I was just going
By
to
a
say, how do you
flying
want
Remember that guy?
truck tire?
I want to be the guy at the monster truck event. I'm going to be 95, and a wheel falls off it, and it's headed right for a kid, and I dive in front of it and save the kid. That's how I want to die.
And go down.
I
go
guarantee you'll be looking at your phone and will have no idea how you ended up in heaven.
No, I don't.
I mean, what am I doing here?
I don't take my phone to events.
I had this cleverly written, but you guys ruined it all. So
We walked all
I'm
over
sorry, John.
it went
It's a
and
very
crushed-
old story,
it went
John.
and
It's
crushed
about
some
2 weeks ago.
cars.
Yeah,
No, it's not.
It's very old.
Is it seriously?
It happens
I got
about
it
once every
today.
5 years, doesn't it?
Anyway, I had crushed some cars. And,
Nice try, John. Swing and a miss there, buddy.
What is it? What did that tire weigh, John?
a lot.
It was heavy.
it was heavy.
What was the name of the truck that the tire came off of?
Bigfoot.
What kind of tire was it?
Was
What
blurry.
kind of truck was it?
Power, power, power. We're going to turn the metronome into a massive mud
Anything happen to the driver, John?
You ever wonder how many pounds of pressure are in those tires? I wonder that stuff all the time.
Sponsored by Shone Productions and Go Go the Gorilla.
Remember that?
I have a
The gorilla
question
was on that
from the guy that
I think we broke John.
the guy that would dive in front. Rook, help me out here. The guy that would dive in front of the 12-year-old kid. Is it the same guy that makes sure he gets an aisle seat when he goes to a Wild game?
The difference is between the 86-year-old guy that dives in front of the kid. He was trying to save the kid. This guy would be trying to get out of there so he wouldn't have to get
But
hit
see,
by
I'd
the wheel.
accidentally saved the kid.
He tripped and fell in front of a 12-year-old.
Thanks, Johnny.
Yeah, let me one more thing, if I could add, because we were just talking about all that. Did you guys see the video of the? And it was a very funny header, because remember in Japan where the plane started on fire and everybody was very orderly and got out, no problems.
Sure,
remember,
yes.
we talked about that. And Joe, you said in America that wouldn't happen,
Right?
Well, apparently a plane started smoking in Denver, and people basically were pushing other people out of the way to get down the
and
slide.
grabbing their bags.
You were exactly
grabbing all
correct.
their overhead bin stuff.
Joe predicted it right.
This is America, buddy.
Yeah.
Out of my way.
Listen, pal,
Where the
when
hell
our
do you
planes
think you
catch
are?
on fire, it's every man for himself.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the plane has caught fire. Would you please start panicking now?
Yeah.
Get off of my slide.
All right, thank you very much.
Yeah.
The Earth is not your mother. The Joe Souchere Show.
More than the tabloids are covering this. It's starting to gain some purchase with more conventional news gathering sources, but we have a rare interstellar object the size of Manhattan heading for Earth. It could be an alien probe. It's a newly discovered object zooming through our solar system. It's been identified as a comet, but two Harvard scientists argue there is reason to believe it's really an alien probe. These are Harvard scientists.
Okay.
NASA discovered 31 Atlas on July 1, speeding through the inner solar system at 140,000 miles per hour. Well, can I tell you something interesting I just heard the other day?
What's that?
If you could design a spaceship
Oh boy.
that went to the outer regions of the universe at the speed of light, and then came back to report to your fellow humans what you saw, it'd be 5 million years later.
5 million?
Yeah.
To where?
Isn't that something?
The edge of the universe and back?
Yeah. It'd be 5 million years later. You probably wouldn't know anybody.
You'd probably, hey, what happened to
Your
you?
house is probably gone.
Where's my mom still around?
Yeah.
No, she's long gone.
We won't be around in 5 million years. We probably won't be around in 500 years.
Well, if this thing hits, who knows?
Is that going to hit first or Yellowstone going to erupt? Which one's going to happen first?
Well, the latest Yellowstone news is all the earthquake activity that so far has not cracked the surface. It's happening subterraneanly.
That's a word. Look it up.
Yeah. Anyway,
Surprised you didn't know that.
This thing is coming here at 140,000 miles per hour, so that it could be, years away. According to observations from the Atlas telescope in Chile, with experts clueless as to where it originated. Harvard astrophysicist Avi Loeb suggested in a new paper that the object, only the third interstellar object ever detected, could be an intelligently directed alien craft observing Earth with possibly hostile intentions. Let's go here. Just get here. That's all I have on it.
Something good out there.
Because when you print for the New York Post, you don't get much.
The physicist Eric Weinstein has said that we are already past the beginning of the end of life on Earth. That the ball is already in motion. Nine people hold the key to the world's nukes. 9 nations have nuclear capabilities.
Yeah, the Rothschilds, they control
9
the weather.
psychos control that. And you combine that with whatever's coming at us from space. And he says Musk is right, but he's not right enough. Musk wants to explore the moon and Mars. And Eric says that isn't far enough out. If we want the human race to continue, we need to finance, put billions and billions into getting further. Is it farther or further out?
Farther is distance.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not going to Mars because that'd take you a long time to get there. The hell with it. I'm not going. So,
what if they have nice golf courses on Mars?
They'd be very rocky.
He was on a very interesting podcast that I have never heard of that has millions of subscribers called The Diary of a CEO. I've never heard of this podcast, but it was fascinating. I love anytime Eric Weinstein talks, I'm listening.
Only because they come to us.
Yes, sir.
All the way. Now, I sent you Tom Lyman's email about his concern he has about sound levels.
Yes.
He listens to all the shows on the GL channel. He doesn't experience sound problems with Crappy Coffee Shop or Mishki or the Scramble. What do you call your show?
The Weekly Scramble.
The Weekly Scramble. It's only on GL he's experiencing sound problems. And so
sometimes
I thought it was Scrambled Minds.
Because sometimes, guys are doing other things when they're on the microphone or maybe talking it from a distance away.
Only because they come to us all the way from Marloth Park in Mpumalanga, South Africa.
Oh, look at him. He's talking right into it.
Right here.
Very directional.
From the Traveling Lyman's. It was on this. We didn't do nothing. Nothing.
Didn't do S?
Well, we got one thing.
On July 28th.
1861, Minnesota's first homegrown governor was born in St. Pete. Oh, John A. Johnson.
Johnson?
Yep.
You don't have to call me Johnson.
Yeah, John A. Johnson.
Ray. Oh, you can call me.
I'm trying to do this right now. We don't need the blurting.
Okay, Ray.
John A. Johnson, Minnesota's first homegrown governor, was born in St. Peter. A Horatio Alger success story, Johnson overcame poverty to become editor of the St. Peter Herald. How does that overcome poverty? A popular figure statewide, he was elected governor in 1905, and his oratorical skills attracted nationwide attention. He died in office on September 21, 1909, cutting short plans to make him the Democratic Party's presidential candidate or nominee in 1912.
Wow.
How about that?
John O. Johnson. That's my next deal. I got to memorize all our governors.
Yeah, Jono.
Yeah, but we don't have the Twins anymore.
Jono's my new favorite.
That's how you memorize the counties, was during Twins games.
I can
name all the presidents since FDR in order.
FDR, right. Truman, Eisenhower, Kennedy, Nixon.
You skipped one.
Truman, Eisenhower.
These trousers are my junk is
Kennedy,
falling out.
Yeah.
Johnson.
There you go.
Nixon, Ford, H.W.
Nope.
No, Reagan.
Nope.
Nope. Carter.
There you go.
Reagan.
Strike three.
No. Well, there's H.W. was in there. W. Obama.
Nice job, Eisenhower.
Wow.
You got a lot lot of them.
How
Carter,
you doing,
what's his
Eisenhower?
name? Clinton.
Is this the best 10?
Clinton and Cheeto Face and
Cheeto face.
Jesus.
Old Biden.
On this day in Minnesota, Biden, I forgot about him.
July 28th.
On this day in Minnesota sports disappointment history.
July 28th.
Well, on this day in 1975, Bill Musselman left the U at the outset of an NCAA investigation. And on this day,
More on that during sports talk.
in 2021, the Twins hit 7 home runs.
Why is that a
The
disappointment?
Tigers hit 0 home runs and won 17-14.
Boy, that's
That's a disappointment.
That's a stat. I'm gonna have to
That's
look
a
that
sports disappointment. You stay tuned. We have a new Richard Royce story coming up on Monday Night Sports Talk.
And in that time, you should do us a favor and hit subscribe on the Garage Logic YouTube channel. That's right, Garage Logic has a YouTube channel, and you can watch the show each and every single day, starting right around noon. And on that channel, there's also full segments, there's video shorts, there's behind-the-scenes footage, but the key thing is it's all there for you. Just search Garage Logic on YouTube. And you can also search Garage Logic on all of our social media channels, which includes Facebook, Instagram, and X, and sign up for the Daily Logician. That's an email that comes right to your inbox each and every single day, and it includes the most recent episode of the podcast. You can find out more and sign up right now on the website, which is, of course, garagelogic.com.